Hello guys, Hayes here. Just thought I'd give you a more detailed explanation of the double piston device that I had tried to explain in a previous tutorial. It just occurs to me that it might be a little too cramped, so I thought I would demonstrate it out here. Totally picked apart and totally exposed, and I've even labeled all of the different lines. It's actually a very, very useful trick when you're making redstone stuff to put different colored wool or different material underneath each of the lines for whatever redstone is doing. So right here we have the control lever, and that leads to this yellow line here. And this yellow line, actually, this is the main power line. It feeds into the other two. It leads directly up to this far piston here, and this is a regular piston. It can be either a sticky piston or a regular piston. It's a regular piston in this because I'm using gravel and it'll fall anyway, so it doesn't need to be sticky. And similarly, I have gravel up there, and that's actually because this piston, if this piston is grabbing onto something and this piston pulls it down, the thing that the top piston is holding onto will not be pulled with it. So that's why you can't ordinarily do stuff like that with two pistons. So that's that part. I'll give you the explanation of the secondary in here. This is the control line for the lower piston in the double piston assembly. This has to be a sticky piston. This can be a regular one. And what happens is this one is set 6 ticks behind this line. Like there's 6 ticks of delay to account for the fact that this light needs to change first, and I'll explain why in a second. So you have to have it be set to 6 ticks, or sometimes more or less depending on how many redstone torches you have in the circuit. Actually, ordinarily it only requires 4, but having all of these additional redstone devices in this assembly ends up adding delay. They each take 1 tick, and each tick is about 0.1 seconds. So it accumulates. You can actually measure out delay that way. So the way this final line works is it actually has an inverter here. There's a NOT gate just to account for the fact that there's 3 of these inverters in the tower. And so that would put it in the opposite state of the power line otherwise, so that's why we need this NOT gate here. And here I just used an ordinary signal tower. It's just redstone torches on top of each other. If you want to cut down on having to use delay timers here, you can actually bypass these 2 redstone torches here and just have this wired directly in maybe a like spiral formation up to this. But that's only if you're really, really hurting for redstone repeaters. So the way it works is, I'll demonstrate. When I press this, power goes off. As you saw, this one actually went down by 2. I'll let it push back up so you can see how that works. Yep, it's honestly very simple. It's very straightforward. A lot of it just comes down to the timing. So yeah, this can be used for pushing any material that's affected by gravity up like that. It doesn't work with regular block. Like I'll show you. I'll actually replace this with a sticky piston. This is a sticky piston, yeah. I'll replace that with a sticky piston, and I'll put this block right here, and I will demonstrate what it does. See, it just leaves it there. It doesn't pull it all the way down. So that's why I use sand or gravel. So this is very useful for hiding things, I guess, out in the open. You'd need to find some way of working gravel or sand into it, but you know, that's not really that challenging, considering how much gravel there is in Minecraft. So I hope this is informative, and I hope this is helpful for you guys. Hayes out.